اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Advice. So let's now begin with the first thing which Ayatullah Sistani advised us in order to be closer to our Imam. So he said he read Quran with understanding and apply it in your life. So regarding, and there is in Najaf Ashraf, there are also the Ziyarah for Atraf, and I also had a chance to go to the grave of Sayed Ali Qazi, which I always mention in my durus about him. So his advice was to always keep pocket-sized Quran with us. Whenever you get chance, we should read it as much as we can. And even Ayatullah Qazi, when asked, even he told his students that Quran had solution for everything and every disease. But he said, just take care of the adab, adab of tilawat, and right pronunciation is also very important. And he emphasized on reading it during the night. He never used to be separated from Quran, and after his namaz and fasting, he always recited Quran. He used to recite Quran in the morning. He was very particular of reciting correctly. So it is our responsibility, if we, God forbid, if we don't know the right pronunciation, we should learn the correct methods of pronunciation, even for the namaz. There are some mistakes if we do this. Our namaz is also become batil. So we should learn the correct method of tajweed and qira'at. So, and also the example of other great ulemas, Sheikh Jafar Shushtari's son had lost his eyesight, and when he was brought to Ali Khazi, he recited Surah Al-Ham, and his son's eyesight was completely restored. So these are all miracles of Quran. Just Surah Al-Ham, we don't, sometimes we take it for granted and we don't think that, oh, these small surah can do miracles, but our all scholars, our ulama, they said that Quran has shifa, there's ayat in Quran. So there are so much benefits of reciting Quran. Everybody knows 50 ayats are quite simple to read. And for the religious student, as we had a chance to hear, Najaf is full of the ulama, the religious student. So Abdul Karim Kashmiri always told his students to finish one Quran in 40 days. And if they want to improve their spirituality, he used to tell his special students to finish Quran in 3 days. So these are for special students. And if they're unable to do that, then he considered them lazy and said they won't attain higher levels on spirituality. So my friend, every time, and there are so many available pocket Quran in commute, we can utilize our time. We should know how to do time management. All of our ulama, they don't waste time that they are gossiping. They just have Quran every time they read. Even there's sawab if you open the Quran and read. Even during the mustahab namaz. And Ziyarah, there is amal that in 2 rakat namaz, you have to, in first rakat, second rakat, you have to recite Surah Yasin, Surah Rahman. And if you don't memorize it, so you can even, in your mustahab namaz, try to recite these surah so that you have different sawab. Remember, I mentioned in some of my majalis that always we should keep calendar and always try to recite different surahs in our namaz. So that we can get benefits. And so Ayatullah Brujardi was hafiz of all Quran, half Quran, and so we have to at least hifz some of the surah and also train our children. Hifz the Quran is a gift for akhirat. Try to hifz as many surah as you can, the more the better. Because Quran is noor, and when noor comes in the mind, then everything will be nurani, inshallah. And also regarding all the ulama, Asad Zada Amli may recommend that we have seen people who have learned so many poems and the course of different scholars, but we have never seen somebody reciting ayat of Quran according to the situation. Neither we saw people remembering the course of Masumi. Why this is important? To memorize the Quran and the course of Masumi, because these are all noor. And when noor come in your mind, then everything will be nurani. So he is a great alim, and he wished that people love Quran and Hadith, and they should remember. And nowadays, unfortunately, people try hard to educate their children on modern lines, but they hardly try to improve their religious education and akhlaq. bond and connection with Quran and ahlulbait. So these are the ways. And even regarding tilawat Quran, there is so much, but I have limited time, so I just finish with this. That there is even a research was done in Turkey University regarding tilawat Quran. So in experiment in Turkey, 2 groups of plants were treated identically, and one group was exposed to the tilawat Quran for 5 hours. The results showed a huge difference in growth. The plants which were not exposed to tilawat showed height of 13 centimeter, whereas the other groups that was exposed to tilawat had a height of 20 centimeter. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. So, can you see that there is even the effects on plants? So what about the brains of the human? Therefore, it is recommended to increase the bond of Quran even with children. Their memory will increase. And even many people ask about them, about how to enhance our memory or hafiza. So Hassan Zada Amli always recommend that by reciting Ayatul Kursi every day will boost memory. Many people have a habit of forgetting things. So he always recommend people ask from him, and he recommended that reciting Ayatul Kursi every day will enhance the memory. And look at our great ulama, Ayatullah Brujardi. Even he was in his, in the last period of his time, but his memory was so strong that he narrated one story till 45 minutes with all asnad, ilm rijal. He said he read that story from a book which he had read 42 years before. And his memory was strong since childhood. And when he was 95 years old, he asked from a book from his son, giving full details of its location, saying that it will be in 40th rack, in the 12th row, and it will be 26th book. See, so his memory was so sharp. Why? He used to remember which book lies in which rack. His memory was so sharp that he used to remember 1,000 poems by heart. His normal routine was to wake up 2 hours before Fajr. He used to do wazu, tilawat al-Quran, namaz, taqibat namaz. When a person always recites Quran, how come any bad thought can distract his mind? So why I am sharing this? These are, the ulamas are our role models. We are in the city of Najaf. They are all ulama, mashallah. When you come to the Ziyarah, you can see the people respect ulama and Sayyid so much that we cannot even imagine. So that's why I'm sharing, because they are our role models. So how their memory was so strong. When we see old people in our community, they used to keep forgetting things. But these are the normal people. They worked hard towards it, and that's why I'm sharing. So, and also there is a very good quote a man used to recite, this is the practical advice we can take. That a man used to recite one page from Quran and note down message of it and say that I will not recite next page until I act on it. So see, these are the advices which we can inculcate in our lives. Subhanallah. This is called the reading with understanding. So which Ayatullah Sistani stressed that if you want to get closer to Allah, so increase your khurb and connection, and you should be manus with reading Quran. What does manus means? Manus means you have rujhan, and one is just reading, but when you read with fahm, understanding, and you have a niyat of implementing it. So this is the best example, that if you used to recite one page from Quran and note down the message and then say that I will not recite next page until I act on it, and try to act on simple messages.
اللهم صل على